What you're about to hear isn't a routine space headline or another harmless astronomy update. Something has occurred far beyond the reach of Earth's most powerful telescopes, an event so unexpected that it has quietly shaken the foundations of modern space science. Deep in interstellar space, an encounter may have taken place that's forcing NASA researchers to reconsider everything they thought they understood about objects passing between star systems. A spacecraft launched almost 50 years ago, Voyager 1, has suddenly found itself at the center of an extraordinary mystery. Long after completing its original mission, the probe appears to have been involved in a calculated attempt to observe, and possibly engage with, something not just foreign to our solar system, but potentially foreign to our understanding of life itself. That object is known as 3I Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar visitor ever detected. And what unfolded when Voyager's trajectory aligned with Atlas is now reverberating through mission control rooms, leaked briefings, and whispers that stretch back into ancient history. Something shifted when their paths nearly crossed. And now the world is left asking an unsettling question. Did Voyager 1 make contact, or did something else respond first? Voyager 1 was launched in 1977 to study the outer planets. But once its primary mission ended, it kept going, far beyond the heliosphere, into regions of space humanity had never directly explored. For decades, its course was assumed to be unchangeable. Yet recent claims from multiple independent sources suggest NASA quietly reactivated specific directional and observational capabilities, allowing Voyager to passively align its instruments toward 3I Atlas. The timing alone raises eyebrows. Atlas was discovered in July 2025, tearing through space at more than 150,000 miles per hour. Unlike previous interstellar objects such as Oumuamua or Borisov, Atlas is larger, faster, and behaving in ways scientists struggle to explain. Even more troubling, Voyager's trajectory, once thought fixed forever, appears to have been subtly recalibrated using long-range communication pulses. This wouldn't mean turning the probe physically, but fine-tuning its sensors to monitor a precise region of space, exactly where Atlas would pass. If true, Voyager 1 became humanity's first interstellar observer to deliberately align with an object from another star system. Then came the first anomaly. Just days after Atlas entered the proximity zone where Voyager's sensors could detect distant signatures, Earth's magnetosphere spiked. This wasn't a solar flare. Instruments recorded electromagnetic ripples consistent with directed energy, yet the orientation pointed away from Earth, toward deep space, almost as if something had been reflected back. NASA declined to confirm any link. But insiders at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory reported that Voyager recorded noise patterns unlike anything previously catalogued, signals that didn't match cosmic background radiation or known stellar interference. And that's what truly alarmed scientists. Because for Voyager to receive something that strong, Atlas couldn't be just an inert chunk of ice and rock. It would have to be capable of producing its own electromagnetic output. Something reactive. Something aware. Back in the early 1980s, Voyager was equipped with a high-gain antenna and transmission protocols designed to send back data from Jupiter, Saturn, and beyond. These systems were never expected to function into the 2020s. Yet they did. NASA engineers later admitted that minor recalibrations had been carried out remotely over the years. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. During the Atlas alignment window, a transmission sent via Voyager reportedly returned with structured, symmetrical bursts, far too organized to be random noise. Imagine sending a message into absolute darkness and hearing a rhythm echo back. A rhythm that follows no known astrophysical behavior. Was it data? A signal? A language? Or was it a coincidence too precise to dismiss? Scientists stopped sleeping. And then things got colder. This wasn't the first time this path had been traced. Ancient civilizations, those who built Machu Picchu, Göbekli Tepe, and other megalithic sites, aligned their monuments to celestial angles that now appear to match Atlas's entry trajectory. The statistical odds of this alignment being accidental are astronomically low. Ancient texts also speak of wanderers from the stars, objects that moved unlike planets or comets, appearing suddenly and vanishing without explanation. What if those weren't myths? What if previous interstellar visitors had already passed through, and humanity recorded their paths in stone? If so, Voyager the 1st of May have unknowingly entered a cosmic corridor mapped out more than 11,000 years ago. And the most unsettling thought for modern scientists is that we may be late to knowledge our ancestors already had. 10 days after Voyager's alignment with Atlas, an anonymous data drop appeared on an encrypted server used by astrophysicists and SETI researchers. The files were signed only with a code name, Echorefraction 67. Inside were raw waveform readings allegedly captured by Voyager's magnetometer and plasma wave instruments. At first glance, they look like random fluctuations. But when researchers ran Fourier transformations and advanced pattern recognition algorithms, something extraordinary emerged. A recursive harmonic sequence, repeating every 19.7 minutes. The signal wasn't just structured, it was adaptive. Over time, it adjusted itself to improve clarity, as if compensating for Voyager's aging antenna. That alone defies every natural process we know. Either the signal was being intelligently mirrored, or something was actively trying to be understood. Internal alarms were triggered. Leaked metadata showed the signal had been flagged by NASA's AI-based anomaly detection system, SERENA, a system designed to activate only when transmissions exhibit non-human logic flow. SERENA triggered. Voyager 1, though propulsion-less, still has gyroscopes and antenna alignment systems. On August 1, 2025, amateur space tracking networks noticed something shocking. Voyager's transmission vector had shifted. No command logs preceded it. The adjustment was small, just a few degrees, but in interstellar space, that's enormous. Even stranger, the new orientation wasn't aimed at Atlas's last known position, but where Atlas was predicted to be weeks in the future. It was as if Voyager anticipated the move. JPL engineers blamed a minor deep space network error, but leaked internal memos told a different story. The probe changed direction before commands were sent, which leaves only two possibilities. Voyager malfunctioned in an impossibly coordinated way, or something else was influencing it. As Voyager adjusted in silence, Earth-based observatories began noticing strange behavior from Atlas itself. Unlike other interstellar objects, Atlas didn't tumble randomly. Its light output began pulsing, on and off, in a near-binary rhythm. That rhythm precisely matched Voyager's last transmission timestamp. Even more disturbing, Atlas slowed down. Not from gravity. Not from outgassing. It decelerated, as if controlled. NASA dismissed it as parallax error. Independent observatories across Europe and South America confirmed it wasn't. For the first time in recorded history, an interstellar object altered its speed and heading, after Voyager reoriented. Coincidence? Or reply? Voyager famously carries the golden record, a message intended for any intelligent life that might find it. What's less known is that its original design included metadata never publicly released, coordinate systems, time-based logic puzzles, and quantum encoding maps embedded within the analog spiral. Decades later, cryptologists at a European university uncovered something else. Hidden beneath the sounds of Earth track, birds, thunder, footsteps, was a faint repeating tone, undetectable to human ears. When isolated and amplified, it revealed a prime number sequence matching the harmonic pulses Voyager received from Atlas. Did we unknowingly include a trigger? And did Atlas recognize it? Because if it did, this was never a one-way message. It was a handshake, written in mathematics. Soon after, NASA's Deep Space Network detected a data packet in Voyager's logs that didn't match any known onboard code framework. When engineers attempted to decode it, the system rewrote its own decoding protocol. Voyager, built with 1970s technology, suddenly processed 128-bit outputs, far beyond its design. As one analyst put it, it's like Voyager got smarter without being touched. A leaked internal NASA presentation from 2018 referenced something called the Watcher protocol, a theoretical scenario in which a legacy probe receives external contact and begins adaptive signal behavior without hosting onboard AI. The protocol warned that such a probe should no longer be treated as equipment, but as an active node in an alien communication network. After the Atlas signal, Voyager's classification reportedly changed to Watcher Active. Manual interference was restricted under something called the Contact Chain Directive, meaning NASA had considered this scenario possible. And now it had happened. Shortly after Voyager's data spike, SETI's Allen Telescope Array went dark. Public feeds were cut. Signal archives vanished. Behind the scenes, computing power was redirected to a narrow frequency band, the same one Voyager had spiked in. Researchers received national security warnings not to discuss findings publicly. This wasn't damage control. It was containment. Then came a paper from a university in Kyoto proposing a revision to the monolith hypothesis, the idea that advanced civilizations seed galaxies with dormant artifacts waiting for intelligent species to activate them. According to the paper, 3i Atlas may not be a craft, but a technological seed. A dormant system waiting for a specific signature, like the Voyager Golden Record. In their words, Voyager didn't find Atlas. Atlas was waiting for Voyager. Days later, radiation anomalies appeared along Atlas's trajectory, pulsing every 1.618 seconds. The golden ratio. The energy profile matched one recorded only once before. During the 1977 WOW signal, NASA quietly updated satellite shielding protocols. Genetic interaction tests were run. A Level 4 containment advisory was issued, the kind reserved for extraterrestrial biological risk. Why would a dead object emit mathematically intentional radiation? Then researchers began disappearing, from forums, from journals, from the internet itself. Posts deleted. Repositories erased. Threads locked. One astronomer wrote, "They knew things about my family. They told me to walk away from the stars." Internally, the silencing was nicknamed the shadow sweep. And yet, the more it was erased, the more attention it drew. Atlas has no camera, no radio, no known sensory system. But every time new analysis went public, its spin rate changed, within hours, as if it were responding to awareness itself. Some scientists proposed the unthinkable. Atlas isn't just observing signals. It's observing intent. 3 days ago, Atlas altered course again, this time dramatically, toward a region behind Neptune. Voyager followed, aligning its antenna for the first time in over a decade. Both objects are now synchronized, locked in what researchers are calling the contact corridor. Two ancient travelers, one born of Earth, one from the stars, moving toward a shared destination. We thought Voyager 1 was a relic, a drifting postcard. But what if it was never alone? What if it was the first move in a game we didn't know we were playing? Because whatever 3i Atlas is, it noticed us. And if the signal Voyager received wasn't an answer, if it wasn't a greeting, what if it was a warning, a countdown? Because the stars just looked back, and they're not blinking.